What's good? We're going to react to Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft 3.0 from NFL Network. He has an interesting mock draft, so I just wanted to do a reaction video to it to go through the picks and see exactly what Mr. Jeremiah is predicting for the draft thus far. So let's get right into it. Let's not delay at all. Let's go. So first pick, the consensus number one pick, although in my mock draft, the last mock draft, I did trade this pick, because I still think that's what's going to happen. But most people, and even I'm about 65-35 that the Bears, 65 that they keep the pick, 35 that they trade the pick. But he has Caleb Williams going to the Chicago Bears, number one. No need, that's talked about enough. So number two, here's where I disagree off the bat. Here we go. Washington Commanders select Drake May. Now, the way that I kind of look at the way to gauge what quarterbacks are going where is who was the veteran backup. And the veteran backup for the Commanders is Marcus Mariota. I don't see Drake May as a Marcus Mariota type of quarterback. I see Jaden Daniels more as that type of quarterback. So he has Drake May going there, and Drake May's pro day wasn't the best yesterday, from what I understand. I only saw clips of it. I just don't think that they take Drake May. I think they go Jaden Daniels. So I would probably flip these two picks, even though I do think the Patriots will prefer Jaden Daniels. So I do agree with this pick. I just don't think they'll be able to get to him. I think Washington will get to him first because Jacoby Brissett is the backup for the Patriots. And Michael Penix could be a surprise. He tested a lot more athletic than I think people thought he was, because he didn't have to run and do that as much at Washington due to the way their offense is structured. So Michael Penix could jump in here. Don't be surprised if Drake May falls, or Jaden Daniels for that matter, but I don't think the Heisman Trophy winner is going to fall that far in the draft. Pick number 4. A lot of people are starting to jump on this bandwagon. Minnesota trading up to get J.J. McCarthy. Not only do I think this is not going to happen, I don't think it'll be necessary for Minnesota to give up both of their first round picks. That's the part I disagree with, is the trade of 11 and 23 just to move up to pick 4. That I just don't see that happening. If they're going to trade 11 and 23, they're going to try to get the Commanders pick or the Patriots pick. I also don't see the Cardinals loving trading out of the Marvin Harrison Jr. sweepstakes or the Malik Neighbors sweepstakes. There's a big drop off between, like he says, they're going to get their wide receiver at pick 23. There's a huge drop off, and the Cardinals they don't have a number one wide receiver on their roster right now. So I don't see them doing that. But a lot of people have J.J. McCarthy going to Minnesota. I think Minnesota could trade up a few spots and still get McCarthy if that's how that works out. I don't think they have to go all the way up to number 4. I don't think any other team is going to jump up to number 4 and to try to take a quarterback. The Broncos don't have enough unless they start to mortgage their future, which they're trying to rebuild, so I don't think they do that. Anyway, the Jets taking a wide receiver. They don't need a wide receiver. This is just, I understand Marvin Harrison Jr. is a talent, and he has the Jets trading up to this spot too, right? So yeah, I don't get that one either. Yeah, I guess this is just to be provocative, but of course, if they do trade up, yes, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is there, of course you take him. But they need offensive line help, and they can stay where they are. I think teams, because of what Carolina did last year, people who are evaluating are kind of getting too trade happy, like everybody's going to be trading up. When the draft is very talented, and this is a very talent-filled draft, you're not going to see as much trading up. You're just not. You saw teams fill those positions in free agency. So anyway, keep moving on. That one's kind of shaky. Malik Neighbors to the Giants. Now, one thing I will say, I would not be surprised if Malik Neighbors is taken ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. with the Cardinals at pick 4. Just don't be surprised if that happens. And not because Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't work out at the combine or any of that stuff. It's just Neighbors, I think, fits more what NFL offenses want to do, as far as being a speed guy who runs precise routes, who is just a terror in motion and anywhere on the field. Gives you a lot of flexibility. Not that Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't. It's just that his stature He's not as quick. That's just the bottom line. Tennessee, Joe Alt. This is a no-brainer for the Tennessee Titans. I think everybody has that penciled in. The Chargers could stay at 5 and take Joe Alt, but I don't think they're going to move their tackles. They can get a dominant right tackle by trading back, as he had them do here. Pick 10. I do think the Chargers are going to trade back, and I do think they're going to draft Talisi Fuaga for sure. I definitely think Atlanta's going to draft Dallas Turner at number 8. He'll be the first defensive player off the board. Chicago Bears at number 9. I just don't know how the Chicago Bears ended up in this situation where they can't fill all the needs that they have. This should be the best wide receiver or offensive lineman. Actually should have been able to get both, but Roma Dunze is kind of overkill without a strong offensive line. That's the problem. If their offensive line was strong with a rookie quarterback, definitely a rookie quarterback with no help behind him, then you definitely take wide receiver. But with a middle of the pack at best offensive line, they have to strongly consider offensive line at this spot. Who that would be, you pray that it's Joe Alt, but good luck with the Bears on that. Arizona Cardinals, Jared Verse. Now, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me check something. Let me look. Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals play a base 3-4 defense. Jared Verse does not fit a base 3-4 defense. So I would say this is the next best wide receiver here at this spot. Now that would probably be for me Thomas Jr. from LSU. Yeah, I don't see Jared Verse fitting with the Cardinals or the Broncos for that matter. So he would fall at this point. He's not a 3-4 edge rusher and a stand-up edge rusher, and he's not a 5 technique. So yeah, I just don't see that one. I think Byron Murphy would probably be, or Jer'Zhan Newton might be the pick here at that 5 technique. Jer'Zhan Newton is a terror at 5 technique out of Illinois. Broncos taking Brock Bowers. Again, Michael Penix has been helping himself a lot during this the offseason workouts. The Broncos, Jarrett Stidham, they can't go into the season with Jarrett Stidham, and I don't think they can chance waiting until the second round to get their quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. This would have to be Michael Penix. Again, I'm not sure they have enough to trade up that far to get in the top 4 quarterbacks. And then again, they might not have to, but like I said, if Minnesota stays here, they would probably take McCarthy here. So the Broncos would probably be stuck with taking Penix here. That would be the best thing. Take your starting quarterback. Don't be stupid. Vegas Raiders. Now he has the Vegas Raiders taking Penix, and they have 2 quarterbacks in tow already. I just don't agree with that. Anyway, next. The Saints taking Olu Fashanu. Don't know if I would take Fashanu. And I know he's the better offensive lineman, but he's pretty much a left tackle only. He says Trevor Penny has not worked out for the Saints. Kind of disagree with that as well. But I could see them taking Fashanu and moving Penny to right tackle. That's a possibility. So that's okay. Indianapolis Colts, Quinyon Mitchell. I had the same pick. I agree with that 100%. No, I didn't. I had Brock Bowers. But I don't disagree with this well. That's a good pick. Seattle Seahawks, Troy Fautanu. Yeah, I think he is a tackle. In this situation, he has him sliding the guard though. Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that one. But I think Fautanu wants to play left tackle, and I think he would be best at left tackle. His athleticism, even though he's only 6'4", he has the arms of a person who's 6'5", 6'6", the length. And the athleticism is off the charts. I think he would be best served at tackle. The Seahawks, I think they go defense here, defensive line, but or secondary. As a matter of fact, they lost both their safeties. Seahawks are definitely a team that will probably trade back in this situation too, as well. Jacksonville Jaguars, Terrion Arnold. I don't disagree with that. Cornerback, they need it. Cincinnati Bengals, J.C. Latham. Also, very good pick. Play behind Trent Brown. It's going to be one of those big tackles to the Bengals. I know they got their heart set on Brock Bowers, but you guys need to keep Joe Burrow has to stay healthy. You have two of the top wide receivers in the league, so the passing game is good to go. And they signed the tight end as well. The Los Angeles Rams, Latu, love it. Love it. Also, one of the defensive tackles too to replace Aaron Donald, but Latu to the Rams as well. You need pass rush for sure. And like he says, Kobe Turner can definitely fill in that Aaron Donald role. Partially anyway. He's not Aaron Donald, but you know what I mean. The Pittsburgh Steelers, offensive tackle Tyler Guyton. Pittsburgh can go a lot of ways here. Dan Moore, the tackle that they have opposite Broderick Jones, is not bad. So they could also pick a receiver here, as I think they only picked up Quez Watkins and Van Jefferson. Not really enough. You know, they traded away Deontay Johnson, but receiver class is deep, so I could see them waiting until the second round and taking a tackle. Graham Barton to the Dolphins. Dolphins need interior. They lost two of their big interior linemen. Definitely a good pick for them. Philadelphia Eagles, Nate Wiggins. Pass defense was terrible and really their only problem. Here, the Cardinals making the trade. Back to 23, they get Brian Thomas Jr. I don't think he lasts this long. I'm gonna just say that. Dallas Cowboys, Jackson Powers Johnson. This one is one I haven't done, and I 1000% agree with this pick. This would be a fantastic pick for the Cowboys. I like it. Green Bay, Amarius Mims. Yeah, Bakhtiari is hurt. I don't see them switching the right tackle to left tackle and him being good and them taking Mims. So not sure what the Packers do. I would say probably Kingsley Suamataia here instead. Somebody who can play that left tackle, and Jordan Morgan. They're going to go in the first round, I believe. At least one of them will. And I see them going here instead of Mims. Although Mims is a great, massive right tackle. Buccaneers take Darius Robinson. I could see it. It's a little bit of overkill on the pass rush. They still could use some offensive weapons. So I could see receiver here. You have two aging receivers. Yeah. Buccaneers can go a lot of ways, though. They have a pretty deep team. And their young players are developing really well. The Cardinals, Byron Murphy. 100% agree with this pick. Just moving on. They need some defensive linemen that are rough. Buffalo Bills, Jerzon Newton. I could definitely see that as well. I don't see Brandon Fisk and Chris Jenkins. That's definitely not Chris Jenkins going in the first round. That's kind of ridiculous. But Detroit, Kool-Aid McKinstry. No. This would be edge rusher. Now in my draft, I think I had Robinson fall into this spot. Yeah, they need edge rusher more than they need anything else. Yeah. Cooper DeJean to the Baltimore Ravens. They did lose. Geno Stone. I see this more as a wide receiver, though. I see Adonai Mitchell here. I don't think they need that. They have very deep secondary. Very deep with the Ravens. So yeah, I see them offense. They need more passing weapons. Especially with the loss of OBJ. San Francisco 49ers, Chop Robinson. I don't know that they keep doing this with the in and out of edge rushers. They need offensive line help badly, as my ring goes. They got to protect Brock Purdy because teams are starting to angle their defensive game plan towards him. So I would say interior lineman would be the pick here. Or some kind of offensive lineman. Adonai Mitchell to the Chiefs. This will be a receiver. I have Adonai going, of course, earlier than this. But Lad McConkey, Xavier Worthy is who I had him taking. Yes, along with Hollywood Brown. They're going to go receiver here, in my opinion. So there you have it. I want to keep it short and sweet. There's my review of Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft. It was a good mock draft, but I think, it's his third one. I haven't looked at the other two. You got to switch it up. When you're doing mock drafts, you're just going to make some different, you're just throwing out scenarios. Some people in the comments and things like that take it a little too serious, as though we're trying to 1000% predict the future. You're not trying to do that. You're just throwing out scenarios that could happen, because 99% of us are wrong as far as what's going to happen in the actual draft when you're doing mock drafts. It's just conversation. It's really a way to learn about the the players and the prospects that are coming into the draft. So let me know what you think of that video in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the video, hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching Draft Capital Sports, and as always, peace.